I've never seen
Still
that.
don't understand.
I have done virtually everything within my power to prevent this. All of it. For nothing. The fates were not content to saddle me within the earth. They mock me still.
Did you pick every Dio boon possible? It's possible I have. I would have to see what all I picked. I picked a lot of Dio boons, but I can't imagine I picked them all. But even still, if I told it to re-roll and it was going to give me some of the same ones, I assume it would have given me all 3 of the same ones. Let's see.
Maybe they just think you're in the wrong, and that you're an obstinate, overbearing, and miserable excuse for a husband and father. Don't you understand I'm trying to fix the problems you caused, since you're so unwilling to do it yourself?
14 Dio boons in total? Yeah. Also, the dialogue here, Zagreus is just laying it on to his father. And I wouldn't say that Hades has necessarily done anything wrong. He's made choices where he thinks it's what is best for his wife. And so he has made choices that are negative on himself for the good of Persephone. And even Persephone has said the same thing of, yeah, it's my choice. Stay down there in the underworld. I don't want the problems this is going to cause to happen. Zagreus is looking at more of the big picture, where long-term, this will probably fix things if he can get people talking and working out their problems. But short-term, it's going to create lots of problems, and both Hades and Persephone are wanting the short-term solution. And Hades has put himself... has done things he doesn't like. That aren't for his own good, for the good of Persephone. But again, it's this short-term outlook.
You're right. I was unwilling. I made my choices in all this. I loved her, yes. I loved her terribly. But now, it seems I'm merely delaying the inevitable. Go then. Go to her. But should harm befall her, I shall bring my worst wrath upon whomever is to blame, including you.
Worst wrath, since we know that he killed his Titan father, like, not killed so he respawns like we do, but killed, straight up killed, and tore him into pieces and scattered him about Tartarus. His worst wrath is pretty big.
What? You're letting me go just like that? You're just afraid of getting struck down again. You're serious?
I put a lot of effort into this build.
Go. Before I reconsider.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no to an auto win. Thanks, man. And we can just leave. No fight needed.
Not this time.
Huh.
Goodbye, Father.
Yeah, I heard that 10 was what was needed. But the fact that the 10th fight isn't even a fight... Ooh, fish. Surface fish are rare. I mean, some of that is just that we don't get to the surface all the time. Come on, come on.
Right there. Got me a bass.
Yep, this is my 10th run, or 10th win. Although,
See this each day.
can you call it a win if we didn't have to fight? But it's my 10th successful escape.
Zagreus, you're back.
Of course I'm back.
Mother, wait. What is all this?
Oh, Zagreus, I almost missed you. Truthfully, I hoped that I could make it a surprise.
Oh, that was a perfect catch. Again, I don't know how to tell the difference between a perfect catch versus a successful catch. I wasn't even aware that there was a difference.
Make what a surprise?
My arrival. I'm going. To your home. To Cerberus, Nyx, your father.
You're... really? Mother, you're serious?
I am. Now, if you could just help me pack up my remaining things. Only a few loose odds I'm bringing, just in case. If we hurry, maybe you could join me, rather than return the customary way. Not something a mother ever wants to see.
That's true. She's had to watch us die 9 times in a seemingly painful manner. Well, 10, because if you count us being born stillborn. Were we technically stillborn? Because they say that our feet were burning when we were born, but then quickly went out. So maybe we were born barely alive and died shortly after. I don't know. Anyway, the point being, she's seen us die 9 or 10 times in front of her, which is kind of rough. Wait, it does say at the top of the screen whether it's a perfect catch. I'll have to keep an eye on it. I'm always looking at what fish I caught.
Join you, but wait, how are you going to get back? I hadn't thought that far ahead.
Obviously, she'll just kill herself and go back the normal way, like everyone else.
Just so happens I know somebody who can give us a ride.
Charon?
Doubtless he has pressing matters to attend to. So let's not keep him waiting any longer, son. Come on, then.
I'm still alive. But how?
I mean, I'm assuming those who are on... Like, Charon's boat is part of the Underworld. So I'm guessing he's safe on Charon's boat. He's not going to just suddenly die on Charon's boat and end up in the River Styx.
You're on the River Styx. No longer in the mortal realm entirely.
Okay, same difference.
I can't believe that this is happening.
I know. My heart is racing. Nothing like a river journey to remind oneself that there's no turning back.
Seriously. Though, even after all of this, it's like we only just met. I have so many questions for you still.
I mean, you effectively have only barely met. We don't know how long Zagreus is actually able to spend on the surface, because usually it's like you chat for a while and then, you know, you die. So we don't know how... Time is sort of fluid for the gods as well. We don't know what kind of time for the mortal realm has been passing through all of this. But yeah, you don't know her very well. You've had 9 short visits.
We'll have plenty of time for them, I think. For now, best we keep quiet. Pretend we're just a couple of dead souls on their final voyage.
Huh. Charon's a real champ. Coming all the way up here just to help us. Ooh.
Wait, isn't this Eurydice and Orpheus?
I don't want to talk over this.
Everywhere. Mother.
Yeah, thanks. Wait, Persephone wasn't aware that there's snow everywhere? Yeah, I don't want to talk over it, but I'm also somewhat worried about YouTube. Hopefully, they're going to flag it, but hopefully it won't have any issues of them trying to mute it or block it or anything when I eventually post this there. It's interesting that we've beaten the game per se, but there's still a lot of mechanics of the game we haven't even gotten to. A lot of side quests we haven't finished, like Orpheus and Eurydice being one. So that's why I'm somewhat torn about whether I want to keep playing to resolve all those side quests, get all the features, because it's like when you max out a friendship, they give you a keepsake of some sort that's different than the keepsakes they've been giving us. And we don't have any of those yet. And it's like, I beat the game, but I haven't even gotten all the game mechanics. Yeah, so it's like, we could keep playing to the true ending, but I know that will be a lot longer. But since there is still story stuff I haven't seen, part of me wants to keep going, but part of me is like, well, we beat the game. Obviously beating Hades once, I knew that wasn't the end of the game. So, you haven't seen all the boons, right? Yep, we still have quite a few weapon aspects we haven't unlocked. There's a few boons we haven't gotten because we still have Faded Prophecies unfulfilled, but I think we're pretty close on those. I guess for now though, we're way before my normal ending time for the stream, so I'm gonna just keep going with this run. Or not with this run, but with the stream, keep playing Hades. Maybe by the end of the stream I'll have made up my mind whether I want to keep going with Hades or move on to a different game next week. Well, there's no reason to stop the stream early. Yeah. I'm super impressed with the voice actresses and voice actors they got for this game, particularly for their singing ability. Like, they chose really good for Orpheus and Eurydice.
We're here.
We are here. So this is where we always land.
This is embarrassing, but I don't know the way to get back in. Except, you know, the customary way.
I'm thinking that giant statue of, or it looks like a door to me, the Hades face we see there. But yes, we've never gone in that way. We've only come out of that upper story window.
That's quite all right. I do. In the name of Persephone the Queen, open the gates!
Yeah. Oh, I thought it would just be that central part that was the door. But okay. The music, though. The music is so good in this game.
Or nights? Quite difficult to tell the time here. But it's held on longer than I would have expected. Cerberus?
Persephone.
Cerberus. I missed you so. And dutiful as ever, aren't you?
First thing she notices is Cerberus, and then even when Hades is trying to talk to her, she just ignores him and comments on Cerberus. So good! And so mean. Just passive-aggressive, snarky. She's intentionally ignoring Hades, and it's fantastic.
I'm sorry. Know that I am sorry.
Ooh, good portrait. Like, we only ever see Hades sort of angry. But that's a good apologetic look.
Hades. You look tired. Though I am not the only one you ought to be apologizing to.
I know. I know why. Why have you returned? If Olympus, if your mother discovers what happened, not even Zeus, not even he could stop what would transpire here.
Oh, I have a thought or two about how we can settle that. Though I shall need for you and Zagreus to cooperate with me on a solution. Or, if you'd rather, I could just return the way I came.
Not a chance. Yeah, I thought that Persephone would have worked out a solution. At least someone would work out a solution. Which I know is what the true ending is how to reconcile with Olympus. Because it's like, yeah, short term, having everyone hide and keep secrets works. But long term, we've got to sort this out.
A solution. What, do you intend to have them over for ambrosia? Not even you can fix a broken family, Persephone.
You're right, Hades. I can't. Certainly not by myself. So are you going to help me or what?
I would do anything that you would ask of me.
Yeah. This is a very different side of Hades than we've seen the entire rest of the game.
Then first, talk to your son.
Zagreus, you have already met Persephone, our queen. I expect for you to show deference to her at all times.
I mean, Zagreus does show respect to Persephone because she respects him as well. Like Hades... respect goes both ways. Hades shows no respect to Zagreus, so Zagreus shows no respect to him. But Persephone's been great.
Wow, Father, you called me by my name. What is this strange sensation that I feel? Perhaps it's this deference of which you speak.
So good.
Oh, stop it, both of you! Don't make me regret this, Hades. Speak honestly with him. About yourself, not me. Go on.
Yes, Zagreus. I know there have been times when I've let my mood reflect on you.
Huh.
I showed very little patience. Questioned your judgment, often when my own was flawed. Thus, I apologize to you, my son. I have no excuses, and I ask no forgiveness.
Wow.
What about the part where you lied to me about Mother? Do you apologize for that? Your foul moods and venting them on me. I've long since come to expect that from you, and I resented you for it. But I always thought you're honest.
That's fair. But again, Hades is honest, seems, but as he said, he would do anything for Persephone, even if he doesn't like lying.
Your mother did not come here willingly when we originally met. When she left, believing you were stillborn, her decision was final. I believed that she was better off without the lot of us, Olympus included. Deceiving both of you. It tore against my being, but it needed to be done.
Yeah, so he admits he didn't like lying because it's against his nature, but it needed to be done. You believed it needed to be done. I don't agree that it did need to be. Because if you had told Persephone right afterwards, like, hey, Nyx managed to work with the fates or whatever needed to happen to bring Zagreus back, Persephone would be been on this first boat back here. The only challenge was after however many years. I mean, we look at Zagreus and say young adult, probably 20, but obviously God's age different. So who knows how many years she's been out there. To at that point show up, obviously things are more challenging, but if it had been, you know, a week, a month, whatever, she would have been straight back down here.
Well, you didn't need to vent all that inner turmoil onto me throughout my life. Though, I think I understand. I only wish I could have understood sooner. So, what now? I've grown so used to ransacking your domain, I think I'm really going to miss it.
About that. Your ransacking revealed many flaws in our security. The types that never get into reports. Our reputation rides on there being no escape from here. Would you keep trying to break free? Not for my sake, but for this realm. For the Queen.
I mean, yes, flaws in security. That's true. But I doubt any changes are going to be made. Like, the biggest flaw, that we can bribe Cerberus. Because if we had to fight Cerberus on our way out, that would be a major problem. Like, fight Cerberus right before fighting Hades. But it's like, they're not going to actually fix the security holes. And the only reason we are able to push through the security holes is because we have all the gods helping us.
Zagreus, if you keep fighting out of here, It shall help keep appearances that everything is as it always was.
That's true. If we're gonna need to take time before we resolve this issue with Olympus, we need to not show Olympus that anything has changed, which means they need to still see us trying to fight our way out of here.
Question, Father. Let's say I accept. When next I reach the surface, is it still going to be you waiting up there?
Probably.
Ah, boy. If you think for an instant that I shall go easy on you because of this, you'll soon learn otherwise.
It's sparring practice. It's not as vicious this time, maybe.
So I just battle to the surface and repeatedly kill my own father then?
You have it half correct.
Perhaps you'll also tend to my little cottage while you're in the area. The garden doesn't take much care at all. I'd like to keep the place in decent shape, in case I cannot suffer this for long.
Well, I guess I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, the idea, because Zagreus has been pushing through all these challenges on the sole purpose of seeing his mother. But if she's now here in the House of Hades, the idea of pushing through all those challenges just to get to the surface, just to tend to a garden, not nearly as much motivation.
Just do the best you can. And clearly I've work to do as well. We have a lot of it ahead of us, I'd say. So, shall we get started then?
Okay.
Thus was Hades, feared ruler of the dead, reunited with his long-lost bride, Persephone, the queen. And together with their firstborn son, Prince Zagreus, they would go on to reign eternally beneath the earth, in relative harmony. The queen's return marked an occasion of enthusiastic joy, so much as possible in that dark, gloom-filled realm of the dead. And even after all this time, Olympus never did discover what transpired there, in the Underworld.
After all this time, it's only been a few days. But it's been good. Mother and father are back together, made some new friends, got this fancy painting. Easy. All is well in the Underworld.
It's interesting they refer to firstborn son, because obviously I haven't played Hades 2, but I'm familiar with the game. I'm not going to play it until it comes out of early access, so I can see the game in its final state. But I do know that the character we play in Hades 2 is Zagreus' sister. Younger sister, much younger. So I'm assuming she is born after this point. Like after Persephone comes back. Not that she's already existing here and we just haven't seen her. But I don't actually know all the timing of that. But some of that's probably spoilers for the second game, so I don't need to know the timing on all of that. Queen returned. Yeah, and that's officially the end of beating Hades. So now we're just gonna wander around, talk to everyone, and then see about doing another run, I guess, because the stream is still going.
I can't entirely get used to seeing us together like this.
Yep, big happy family. Yeah, same. I know a little bit about what Hades 2 is, but I'm mostly trying to stay fairly spoiler-free as well. So, I'll get to know more once I actually play that game. Hey, Dusa. Have a nectar. I'm planning to buy a lot more with all of the gems and keys we have.
Hey, Dusa, here's some more of this really, really good nectar for you. Please keep up the wonderful work, and more importantly, keep being your wonderful self.
I'm really very flattered, Prince, but I've just been so busy lately that I haven't even had a chance to try the last bottle you gave me, so you want this back? Maybe for someone else?
Nope, Dusa, you're awesome.
Please, it's yours. Besides, you must have some time off coming up when you can enjoy it, don't you?
I don't know if she has time off. She seems to be the only maid here and is always cleaning.
know. I mean, maybe I do. I think maybe I do, except nobody's told me anything about that. And besides, there's so much work to do around the house still. I just can't leave everything like this.
Well, you enjoy, all right?
Oh, we didn't even get to talk to her. All right. No Thanatos.
Zagreus.
Oh, hey, Persephone. You've got a new look going on.
How has it been for you so far, Mother? Reacclimating to all this? You said before it was a struggle. Must be very strange being back. Being in darkness all the time.
You know, I think it's gone all right so far. Thank you for asking, son. Everyone has been quite welcoming. The darkness is a pleasant change of pace. And while the stress can be a little difficult to move in, I quite like it.
Yeah, it's a very different look for her, where she's clearly put on the style of Hades to be the queen of the underworld. It's very different, but it's a good look.
That's good to hear. I have to admit I was a little worried you'd be desperate to return to your cottage by now. This place can be a little much.
I have done a lot of work order upgrades. I think all I have really... So, obviously there's work orders for just style around the place, buying posters and upgrading furniture. Haven't done much or really any of that. But I've done all the work orders that actually help me out on runs. And now we've got work orders that require diamonds. It's basically all I've left.
I'm sure it can. And I do miss my little cottage here and there, but I think I'm through running away. There may be times when it is necessary, of course. But no matter how far you run, it doesn't make your problems go away. You taught me that, you know?
Her head is a cornucopia now? It kind of is. I didn't see it until you mentioned it. Yeah, but as for what she's saying, running away doesn't work, which is what they've all been trying to do for ages. It's not a long-term solution.
I did, but I tried desperately to run away myself. Oh.
Indeed.
Wait, she showed up.
Painting where I asked.
Yes.
Does that mean she is in here now? So we need to have lots more chats, and I wish I had a nectar. Well, I'll get another nectar, and we'll give it to her, because she's the only one now that we don't have any hearts with. Hey, Hypnos.
Hey, did you see? The Queen's come back. Though did she ever take her sweet time?
She did.
Hey, watch it, Hypnos. That's my mother you're talking about.
What, really? Huh. So then your mom doesn't spend any time with you either. We've got something in common.
I doubt that Nyx doesn't spend any time with you. She just always hangs out just down the hallway. You guys really never talk?
We don't.
Hey, Cerberus?
Well, look at you, boy. Never seen you quite so perky, relatively speaking, of course. Big, tough guy like yourself. You must have missed Mother just as much as she missed you. Well, you've got plenty of time for catching up on things now.
The monstrous triple-headed beast of Hades would perhaps be overcome with pure emotion by the joyous circumstances, were he only capable of this.
How dare you, sir?
Hey, Hades.
Greetings, Father. So, I can just head on out there again whenever I want. Don't need to stick to any rigid schedule.
Your unpredictability is one of your assets. Our defenses must always be on guard. So yes, go about your business as you best see fit.
And the Olympians are going to keep helping me, thinking I'm trying to get away from you to them. We can't keep this up with them forever, you know.
Certainly not. This is another short-term solution, hoping that we solve a longer-term solution. Yeah. Although it's interesting that Zagreus has worked so hard to avoid having a job here because he wants to escape, and now they've effectively made his escaping his job. So it's like, okay, this is what you want to do? Well, that's your job now. It does actually serve a purpose to help the house. So go for it.
I do. Your mother, the Queen, is working on that.
Let's take a quick look at the contracts to see what we've got. So, yeah, we've got all the upgrades that we can get with gems. Again, besides the upgrades to change appearance. So now it's all diamonds, and we don't have anywhere near the diamonds we need. Okay. Orpheus. We talked to Eurydice again.
Say, Orpheus, I heard what must have been a song of yours. It went something something in the blood. You know that one? It was amazing, mate.
Something something in the blood. It was amazing.
Oh, that one. Yes, I know. I mean, it was a favorite, I was told, by those who listened to the music I created with my muse. It was a most productive time back when we were alive.
Would you ever sing it again?
I shall give it some thought, I think.
I mean, it was very much a duet. Like, that's not to say that he couldn't sing all of it, but wouldn't be the same without Eurydice here. Hey, Nyx, we made it.
Persephone, the queen. She has returned. I scarce believe it, child. You have brought her back. To all of us.
I'm assuming this is what Nyx was hoping for the whole time, because we never really knew what her long-term plan was. We know she was trying to get us to the surface repeatedly, but what the long-term goal was of how this would fix the house, I'm guessing getting Persephone to return was that goal.
I scarce believe it too. What happens now? Pick up the pieces and begin again.
Together, let us find out.
Sounds good.
Can't believe I have 15 ambrosia. That's so much. Alright, we've got a couple of fish for you. Whoa, we got an ambrosia. That's probably from the surface fish that we got, because again, those are rare.
Anything good?
I can trade a blood for 200 gems. Probably not. Because I think we did the math before, and blood is a lot. Okay. List of what your favorite aspects for weapons are. I haven't actually tried all those, and I don't think some of those I have unlocked, because I think some of those are the fourth aspect, which I haven't gotten to. So we'll hold off. No, let's buy some nectar. So we can get a nectar right for the key.
I think I'll take it.
And if we trade all of our gems for keys, which will be a lot.
Gemstones. You trying to fleece me here?
Because again, our goal at this point is raising our relationships with everyone. But I think mainly the gods? I'm not super sure.
Let's have that nectar.
But there we go. We're at 6 nectar, so we can just start throwing this out. Hey, Meg.
Just so I understand. Breaking through everything in your path, taking resources from your father's realm, trying to get through me. All officially part of the job description.
I mean, I don't think breaking everything and taking resources necessarily helps with our escape. They want us to break out and find the flaws in the security. But I don't see how taking resources, like all the gems we've been grabbing and whatnot, actually helps with checking security. We're going to keep doing it, but I don't think that necessarily should be part of the job description.
I guess that's right. But before you ask, I'm not doing it for him.
Of course not. We're not going to do it because of its being a useful thing to the house. We're doing it because it's fun.
I didn't think you'd have it in you.
Or because the queen wants it.
Good. But I didn't think you'd take responsibility for anything either. Anyway, we'll just have to kill each other more officially, I guess.
That's true. Before she was doing her job and we were rebelling, but now that we're officially doing a job, that means our battles are an official part of our job.
We'll make it official, all right.
Huh. Fun.
It's always open now.
Yeah, we've never been in here before because it was never open.
The garden of Persephone the queen, off limits to the prince throughout his life, now is laid bare to him at last in all its splendor.
Not like Mother's cottage, but not bad.
Are those... I'm assuming those are pomegranates that we see at the top. Because I believe Persephone in Greek mythology has something to do with pomegranates. First, we'll give her a nectar, of course.
Mother, was it always custom in Father's house to secretly give nectar to those you care about? I guess it also could have been a thing on Olympus. Look, I wanted you to have this. I'm so glad I found you.
Oh, Zagreus, you're so thoughtful, truly. Your father never permitted nectar out in the open, so I'd practically forgotten its savor. Though, just a moment. I have something for you, too.
Oh, right, and that means we're gonna get a keepsake from her. Of course. Like, obviously we would. Because it's our first nectar.
Oh, Mother, thank you.
Plum Blossom. Alright. Can't give you a nectar. I doubt we're maxed, are we? No. Then why can't I give you a nectar? Okay. So we have 5. I don't want to spend them all. But I guess I can give out a few. Here you go, Orpheus.
This is absolutely splendid, Zagreus. Is this really for me? It's so very kind of you to think of me like this.
Of course. Orpheus, you're awesome.
I want you to have it, Orpheus. You've brightened up our lives down here more than you know. I only wish that you could see that.
And Nyx, you're great too.
How can I possibly accept such generosity, my child? Surely others whom you know are more deserving of such offerings.
Nonsense, Nyx. I want you to have it. You've always cared for me. I can't ever repay you for that.
Okay, and then we move on. Ooh, Faded Prophecies. We finally got some of them.
Has been fulfilled.
The God of Swiftness. So we've got all of Hermes' boons at this point. There's a bunch more gems.
On my side.
And then Musician and Muse. The son of the god of the dead shall make certain attempts to aid a master musician who once failed to whisk his deceased wife from the underworld. We'll get 2 ambrosia if we find a way to reunite Eurydice and Orpheus. Yeah, for most of the gods, we're down to 1, maybe 2 boons left. Okay, these are the legendary boons, right, which we haven't gotten many of because legendary is rare. These are the duos, which we're still missing a ton of. We've got most of Chaos, actually, 3 left. And then the various Daedalus enchantments for the different weapons. And then what else do we have? We have not broken free with the Eternal Spear because it keeps not having the darkness boost. Huh. One of these times, probably pretty soon, we'll get it. And then that'll be 10 Titan Blood. It might be worth it to go for it even without the darkness boost. Nice. So yeah, everything's maxed out besides buying more Faded Persuasion. We could technically spend keys to refresh all of our money because there's some of these that we've bought that weren't. That I think we ended up going with the other side of the choice.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
So Mama's back in town from what I hear, boyo. It's awful nice knowing I trained you well.
You did help.
You must mean the Queen, and evidently you're aware of our relationship. You keep that quiet, understand, Skelly?
I mean, he never goes anywhere, so...
Ah, and thus the pupil trains the master for a change. I hear you, pal. Your secret's safe with me.
It better be.
Yeah, so our Darkness and Gem boost is now on the Twin Fists. But I'm tempted to go with the Spear anyway. Definitely not Guan Yu. So we haven't ever actually tried the aspect of Achilles, which is the one Knackback is saying is their favorite. Your special, you can retrieve your spear with a raging rush. So rather than throwing it and then recalling it, we instead rush to it, it sounds. And then your next 4 attacks or casts are stronger. So that's what you're saying for doing a cast build. Is that you special, then do the raging rush, and then we can do 4 casts for bigger boosts. Or do we go with the Twin Fists because they're the ones that are boosted? I kind of want to go... Okay, so after maxing it out, it's 150 extra damage. Currently 50. I'm gonna give up on the darkness, which we haven't done yet. We've always gone with the darkness, but let's try this aspect of Achilles. So our special throws it, and then we rush through.
Drop something.
I can see that. So if we wanted to go with the spear, we would probably be going on heat level... Oh. So on heat 0, we've gotten all the bounties besides beating Hades, and then on heat 1, the same. So we could theoretically go up to heat level 2.
Turn the heat up this high.
Wait, is it saying even with heat 2, we've also gotten up there? No.
That's as bad as this gets.
So even if we increase our heat, it counts as the heat 1 run. I think I'll probably go heat 0, since no matter what I do, it's still just trying to break out to get the sticks reward.
Needing that a fancy weapon there or what?
What cast do I like so I can force it to spawn? That's fair.
Never been stabbed quite like that.
First, let's check out this pomegranate. Palm Blossom. For every 6 encounters, gain a +1 level to a random boon. Growing stronger. So this would just level up boons. And then the 6 is what increases with rank up. Presumably, I would guess dropping to 5 at the first rank up and then 4 at the next rank up. And getting tons of level ups on random boons could be powerful. Like, there's something to be said for not choosing gods, going with whatever they give me on a run, and just using some of these other keepsakes that just make me more powerful. So what cast do I like? For a long-range play, I like Poseidon's because it knocks enemies back, but not as ideal for a spear run. I guess I don't use cast enough to really care. Zeus's cast is fine because it does the chain attack, bouncing off of enemies. Deflect is always great. I don't necessarily like Aphrodite's cast. It's powerful, but it's only good short range. But I guess for a short range run, it could be good. Don't like Ares' cast. Artemis is fine. Has better seeking and a crit chance, I believe. I don't like Dio, and I don't like Demeter's cast. Dionysus on cast? I don't really like his cast because it's the lob of the hangover. And often when I'm trying to target a specific enemy, they move around so much that by the time the hangover lands in a spot, they've already moved outside of it. Ares and Demeter cast are very strong once you get the duo with Artemis on them. Without them, Ares and Demeter cast are pretty rough. So I haven't seen that duo. I mean, maybe I have, and I just don't remember. But yeah, Ares by itself, his cast just sends out this slow-moving Blade Rift that, unless you're just right in front of an enemy, then it'll hit them. You could aim it then, and it'll hit them, but it hits them like twice and then moves past them to hopefully hit someone else if someone else is beyond them. If you're aiming at a distant enemy, usually they've moved out of the way by the time it gets to them because it's so slow-moving. And then Demeter's cast drops a beam attack, but by default, it doesn't really even turn to face enemies. It just shoots the way it is, and enemies just walk out of it. But I think you can upgrade it to the point where it will start following them, but it takes a lot of boons to get there. Demeter cast is good on its own in boss fights. I think I'm going to just do a run because I'm curious to see how it goes. I'm going to go with Pomegranate for the entire run until we get to Styx, and then put on the Lucky Tooth. And just see how that goes, and we'll just go with whatever gods we find. You have the most fun with Demeter cast, but you need Artemis Duo then. Yeah. That might be a plan for later to go. I mean, if we are focusing on the cast, although with the next 4, how does it phrase it? The next 4 attacks or casts are stronger. Does that mean the entire time the beam is out and attacking, it's doing stronger damage? Or is it just the first 4 times it hits, it's stronger, and then it stops? I'll wait for an answer on that. In the meantime, I'm gonna buy some more nectar since we got all those gems for succeeding at our
What's in stock? I'll take it.
prophecy.
Chthonic keys. I could use that. Here's the keys.
Oh. Yeah, never mind. I almost moved on to diamond and spent my nectar for it, which would have been sad. Don't see an answer about whether Achilles boosts Demeter's cast. First 4 casts or attacks you do after a rush. You'll have to do something on your character to show you have the effect. Yeah, I'm just not sure if the first 4 casts means the entire time the beam is out for Demeter. We'll give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen? We'll try and go for Demeter's cast. After throwing, press X to recall.
Good one.
Oh, we can still recall. Okay. The entire time the beam is out, which is why it's so good. Interesting.